Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to this episode, the final episode of Comment of the Week. Let's get it started. So guys, welcome to episode 52 of Comment of the Week, the final episode in this series. That's not to say it's gone away forever, it may make a return at some point, but for now we've done this for one whole year. And this is going to be the final one, so a bit of a bumper episode where I've gone through all of the videos that have been uploaded onto the channel this week, gone through the comments and picked a few to have a chat about. So let's make a start. The first one comes from Paul Folwell Blue Nose, comments regularly on the channel, interacts with the channel quite a lot, which is very much appreciated by myself and Vicky. Paul says, great video Dan, loved it. My two questions are, number one, what are your opinions on Harrogate Town ground sharing with Doncaster for the start of the 2021 season? Is it something you're in favour of? So, yeah, I'm more than happy for a club to ground share for a short period of time. It helps them out while they're getting the pitch replaced. I don't understand why the EFL don't allow 3G pitches where 3G pitches can be used in, or artificial pitches can be used in the Europa League, I believe, in Champions League, but in the league it's not allowed. So unfortunately for Harrogate, they're having to pull that pitch up and get it laid as a proper pitch, and because it's going to take a little bit of time for that to bed in, and with the pandemic and everything being up in the air, they'll end up with maybe 2 or 3 games where they can't play at their home ground, so they've got to ground share, and I'm more than happy for them to use the Keepmoat Stadium for a little bit. It's just a shame that fans will not be there to watch them in their first few games in the Football League, but hopefully they do well this season and stay in the league for a second one. And the second question Paul had was, what do you think of the new Doncaster Rovers kit for the 2021 season, and will you be getting it when it is released? I like it, it's a very nice kit, it's clean. There's only so much you can do with red and white hoops. I like that it's got the charcoal underneath the sleeve, but the away kit's kind of been a sneak preview release that is out in a couple of days, and that looks like it's a black and charcoal hooped top, so looking forward to seeing that. More than likely I'll probably end up getting both like I do every season. So thank you for that, Paul. Moving on to the next comment. This one's from Mark Varney on Comment of the Week episode 51 as well. Mark says, interesting as always Dan, my question is this, do you genuinely feel that fans will be seeing any live games next season? I know that you've covered this topic before, but in the light of recent events, when will the government feel it is safe? Especially as they're talking about closing shops and pubs so that schools can remain open. Why would they then allow sporting events to admit fans? Thank you for making this series so interesting. It is appreciated. So thank you for the kind comments first of all. And I do feel that fans will be going to see games unless it's in an area where there's a local lockdown. I've got my season ticket now, so hopefully reduced capacity will be season ticket holders, so we'll get to see some live football soon. But yeah, like I say, if there's a local lockdown, then I think it may change, but I think clubs will have to put some social distancing measures in place to make sure people don't sit too closely and potentially have a one-way system in and out of the ground maybe. It's difficult to manage people when they're outside of the ground. It's going to be difficult to manage them when they're inside, so I think they're planning on doing some kind of test runs, test events, but they've not been talked about for a couple of weeks. But yeah, hopefully, I really do hope that we get to see some live football next season. But we will see. It's a tough one, very tough one. I think while ever shops and things are open, why not have a reduced capacity inside a stadium? There's nothing different between standing a metre away from somebody in a shop to sitting a metre away from somebody watching football. So thank you for that comment, Mark. Moving on to the third comment, this is from Morgan Gray, and this is on one of Miss 18 Dapper's videos, Boyfriend Styles My Outfit. And Morgan says, great video by the pair of you. I suggest you set Dan the food brand challenge. It's where you say you buy a bar of dairy milk chocolate and an Asda Smart Price bar of chocolate. I'd be blindfolded, I've got to guess the real versus fake, and then just have a number of items of food or drink and see how it goes, see how many I guess. And then he says, anyways, keep up the great content. So thank you for that comment, Morgan. And Vicky and I are thinking about different videos that we can put onto the channel with this not being uploaded regularly. There's the books that I got on my birthday that can make a series, and then there's like one-offs that me and Vicky can put together if you guys are wanting them. So any ideas in the comments down below, and we'll make sure that we read them, and we'll try and put them together at some point in the future. So thank you for that. On to the fourth comment. This is from Nathan Ward on comment of the week 51, and Nathan says, great as always, gonna miss this weekly comment, but I guess it's harder with no games being played. Glad to see young Jason in, could be a real player. Shame only a year contract, but fingers crossed we can extend that in January if he's doing well. Seeing Lawler has left, I guess that's him done at the RFC. Shame he didn't push on. Would be incredible to get Senny back, but I think he's gone. I think he has outgrown us. Hope Darren can unearth another gem. Also, what are your thoughts on the salary cap? Lots involved in it, but should make it more even for, say, the top 10 teams that can spend money. However, the fines don't seem too bad if you break the rules. Wonder if some will gamble the risk of the fine in the hope of getting to the championship and using the money to pay the fine. So, start with that first bit. Like I said at the start of the video, comment of the week may come back at some point. And I've enjoyed putting it together, reading everybody's comments. That won't stop. I'll still try and reply to every single comment. Jason Lakilo in, fantastic player. The glimpses that we saw of him last season, hopefully we'll get to see a lot more of it this season and he will progress. Lawler, I think, is not in Darren Moore's plans because he struggles to play out from the back like Senny did last year. He's not quite as good with his feet as Senny was. I think that's a style of play that Darren will continue to put in play. Lawler is a good keeper, but as I said, I think if the ball comes back to him, he's kind of a get it upfield keeper, whereas Senny was a lot more composed on the ball. I don't think we'll get Senny back, but I'm sure Darren Moore will have a number of options up his sleeve, and hopefully Louis Jones gets an opportunity. Seeing a couple of his saves over the last week or two, why not give him a chance? Give the young lad a chance. He's been at the club since he was 12. Who knows? We might have a gem on his hands already. And the thoughts on the salary cap. I think it is a good idea looking at the amount of teams that are struggling financially. I think a salary cap is needed. I think it does make it a bit more of a level playing field, but the EFL need to make sure that this is monitored, and I think the fines should be more severe, so that teams actually stick by the rules, and don't try and bend them to benefit them, like you've said. Try and overspend and then get into the championship and add that extra bit of revenue where it didn't matter that you've gone over your salary cap. So yeah, I think it's a good thing to come into place, but it just needs to be monitored a lot better than what things are monitored at the minute. So thank you, Nathan, for that comment. On to the fifth comment, I think this was on FIFA 20 Career Mode Season 5 Episode 1, and this is from Andy. He says, "Hey up bud, thought I'd post here rather than put it on one of your non-football related videos. Millers have signed Sadlier. What can you tell me about him, mate? Pace, ball control, create chances, scoring. Also, do you think he's championship quality? Cheers, mate. I don't know much about him." So if you haven't seen the news yesterday, Sadlier has joined our Yorkshire rivals, Rotherham. the article's a little bit misleading, saying that Rotherham have swooped in for him. He was a free agent. He could have gone anywhere he wanted to, and that's a bit of a frustration for me. We gave Sadlier a chance. Brought him over from Ireland. He'd been with us for 18 months and then refused to sign a contract. It'd been nice for him to sign that contract, so we could have got a fee for him, but it is what it is. The terms weren't what he wanted, so he didn't sign it, became a free agent and was free to go wherever he chose, and Rotherham was that place. I don't know if it's location that's kind of put him there. He's won't have to move house and things like that. But onto your comment, Andy. Pace. He's quick. He's a good player. He's not the quickest, but his ball control is decent enough to get him around players. For me last season, he was a little ball greedy in terms of creating chances, but he was our top goal scorer, and that from somebody who's not a striker is a winger is very, very good. I'd sooner him still be at the club than not. Decent player. I'd say it was one of our top 4 or 5 players last year. What with Dieng, Whiteman, Tom Anderson, John Taylor. John Taylor, I thought, had a good season last season. But yeah, sadly, a very, very good player. Do I think he's championship quality? I'm not sure, is my honest answer. That's one of those where we'll just have to wait and see if he can make that step up. I think he will be able to. If I were to compare him to Malik Wilks, who was the winger, not last season, the season after, the season before, sorry, I'd say Malik Wilks is the better player. And he did bits in the championship, so I think sadly with players around him of a decent quality, he should shine. But yeah, it's just one of those where it's a case of waiting and seeing if he can make that step up or not. Having a chat with a Rotherham supporter last night over Twitter, and I've got to agree with him. I think they've got a very good chance of staying up in the championship this season, with the likes of Wednesday, Wigan, QPR, Wycombe. There's a number of teams who are going to be in a relegation battle, I think. And Rotherham, it's a good opportunity for them to remain in the championship and not end up with an immediate turn to League One. But yeah, sadly, you've got a good player on your hands. All I'd say about him is he can be a little bit ball greedy at times. Yeah. So thank you for that comment. Hopefully we get Rotherham in one of the cups and we'll be able to do you over. We will see. And that is it for this final episode of Comment of the Week. If you've enjoyed it, if you've enjoyed the series, big thumbs up for us please. Comment in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.